Rolling.
Town of Granby Conservation Commission, May 22nd, 2018. It's 7:02. We will start with building permits and Board of Health applications. First on the agenda for building permits.
Susan Cronin?
Come on up. If you want a chair, you can pull a chair up. If not, okay.
I'm just reinstalling. I took down a pool and I'm putting up another pool.
Sure.
I just want to make sure it's not close to the wetland.
53 Center Street.
I don't know if there's another paper. I just went to the pool section and printed them out.
Yep.
'53 Center, how close are you to the church? How many houses up?
From the church?
Oh, that's right, you're on Center, you're down toward where,
I'm almost at the corner of
yeah.
Taylor and Center.
yeah, where Fred Palmer used to live.
It is this property, right?
Is that Fred's old
Yeah,
house?
see the L-shaped barn? Yeah, that's
okay,
ours.
that's it.
And where's the pool going?
Okay.
Can I pop up
Sure,
there?
just
Sure,
watch the
sure.
cables.
Just watch your footing there, there's all kind of cables.
The pool's going right there.
Oh, that's an existing pool? That's,
Yeah, it's right behind this tree. There's the existing pool right there.
that's as close as you can zoom in.
No, I can even know.
There it is.
I can see it now, there's shadows, but
That's the
Yeah,
pool.
you see it right there?
That's
Sure.
fine, that's no problem.
I don't see an issue.
That's fine. I move we approve it as requested.
Second. All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're missing the building permit. There's a checklist that we sign.
I just went to the section that said pools. and
Oh, you
out.
printed it from online? Okay.
Yeah.
Do we have one available? We should download that onto
yeah, I
ours.
thought I did it last time, but I'm not sure.
We should have a bunch of forms and.
No, that's fine. We can download it and then see if we can print it.
Google Earth.
Nothing but the best.
Big brother.
Yep. No privacy anymore.
Listen, when I did it, looking at it, God, that's me in the yard. That's disgusting.
Oh, I don't know if it's, they can get that close,
Yes,
but
it is. That's our barn. Jeez, so how can you not know our own property?
And what page was it? Do you remember from last time?
you have it in front of you? Or put it online?
Oh, sorry, you can't. Why is it not showing?
I don't know, it's weird.
Yeah. I think it's like
Yeah, that's
kind
it.
of
You
delayed.
got it.
Okay, cool.
Save it as a PDF on your computer and then we'll
Yeah,
just
just
print that
download
page.
it.
Exactly, yeah. We'll get you printed up and then we'll get going. Printer on?
Should be on, I just didn't plug it in to my computer.
I see power on it, so.
Okay, great.
Just need to print you one page.
I did. I don't know if I did the.
You want to do me a favor? Fill in your name, location, type of construction's new pool, and your, all that good stuff, mailing address, and we'll take care of it from there. You want to do the second permit, or you want to wait till
Oh, I
she?
see, yeah, that's where Fred used to live.
Who?
Fred Palmer, he was an old timer. He taught history at AIC for years. That was his apartment.
Yeah, I'm right.
Actually, I think he might have been here. Actually, that's kind of behind where we are.
It's going in the same place, so.
Oh, no, it's on the other side. No, it's on the other side. it's near Gary Glenn's house.
That's right next to him, that's
Yeah,
Gary's.
it's Gary's house, yeah, okay, I know where it is.
We can, we'll fill in the rest, it's just the top half.
Oh, I'm trying to circle one, I don't
Nope.
like that. I don't like
So we'll sign here in the conservation, it's okay for a pool. What size is the pool, you know?
27
27 foot, there you go. Bill?
That's my taxes.
Yeah, we don't need that. Building inspector will need that, I'm guessing.
It's above ground.
You lost the signal, maybe? Whoops, you wanna sign that?
Yes. There we go. So we're all set?
Should be good from us,
Okay.
from us at
All the
least.
best, thank you.
Next on the agenda, or do you wanna wait till
Is
you get?
Jillian Bernard. You can get started.
All right, Bill, you got that on yours?
Yeah.
Hi,
Hello, the pool permit,
Pool, what's the address?
185 Bachelor.
185 Bachelor. While you're getting that, Bill will look on his computer. There it is. Oh, you're on the corner of,
Lane Brook and Bachelor, right in the corner?
yeah, there's no wetlands there.
Yeah, I don't think so, I can put on the wetland thing, no.
It's going on grass, obviously, the existing grass. Above ground, or in ground? Okay.
Actually, there's a brook behind the house, but that's quite a ways.
Oh, what's this? Yeah, that's Pine Brook or whatever
That's
they
that
call it.
little feeder to
Yeah.
Pine Brook.
What's the, how big is the pool?
18,
18-foot diameter?
yep.
Yeah, it's 300 feet to the brook.
Make a motion to approve for an 18-foot diameter pool located at 185 Bachelor Street.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry, so 18-foot pool?
Yes, 18-foot diameter pool.
18-foot diameter pool at, sorry, at this
185 Bachelor.
185.
No other building permits, I see.
That is correct.
Thank you.
Let's go on to our administrative duties. Commentary,
We have a new selectman, Mr. Joyce. Our congratulations to Jay.
very good.
Next meeting will be commencing at 6:30 PM, Alex. So you'll have to get down here a half hour earlier.
Kathy will be notified.
Yes.
All right.
Actually, we should post the next meeting then.
That's right.
Yeah.
Let's post the next meeting for June 12th, 2018 at 6:30 PM. Please.
Okay.
Let me know when you're all set, Amanda. You all set? That's all right. Take your time. We're running ahead of schedule, so. So we lost our connection, huh?
Yeah, I guess so. 'Cause it just does not seem,
Did you have to use Chrome for that?
it just did it.
It just
last-
automatically tied in?
Like, I just clicked on it and
Screen
it
mirror,
just
yeah.
connected, and I don't know why it's not now.
So in the laundry list, what did you connect to?
Make a note, Wenda's here.
Which one of these did you?
Oh, for the TV?
Yeah, for the TV, which one of these is the
I
TV?
couldn't tell you. I don't know which one. I would think it's its own. You'd have to see where that's addressed at.
Yeah.
Can I get something working?
Yeah, Amanda hooked into that via
I had it
Bluetooth.
set up, it was working great.
That's fine, we can, do you want the cable or
Yeah,
no?
kinda went out.
I don't
Well,
know
actually,
how
it
to
won't
hook the
reach.
cable up, that was the problem. It didn't, I don't have,
Oh, no, you got HDMI on that, I'm sure you do.
I,
They all modern
Not,
computers.
I don't see it on that side.
it's not.
Nope.
Check the other
This
side.
is kind of an older computer. I mean, not like old, but it's,
Yeah, don't worry about it, that's fine.
Alright.
We'll get it figured out.
If you need to, I can use this. I'll use this.
Must sign me in one, or hand this, please? Thanks.
It says that it's discoverable, it's not discoverable.
Sorry, I was at the select board meeting.
That's
Getting
fine.
lots of information.
Sure, that's fine.
How's the newest member?
Well, he's not on the, he's not elect, he's not sworn in.
Yes, he is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Was today?
First meeting.
Yeah, they take,
Bill, why don't you, go ahead and hook it up to your computer?
yeah, I'll do that. Right here.
Yeah, it's
We'll just
actually,
run it up through the slide here if you could.
it just took a second.
She's got it connected, so let's
Okay.
keep it on the back.
Okay, that's fine. I'll have this for standby. That's fine. Thank you. Yeah, just run that through.
There you go.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
Glitches.
All right, see what happens.
Let's go on to, are you all set?
Yeah.
Approve the minutes for May 8th, 2018, please. Down the flash drive.
Yeah. Was the 8th? I think so.
May 8th, yes.
Great.
Who was at that meeting on May 8th?
I think we had 5 people at the meeting.
Can zoom in, I guess, if we can.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out how to zoom.
Oh, you got it in.
Yeah. I think it was under,
I know, I was looking for the easier way to do it,
Yeah.
so I didn't have to go back
That's our next assignment, 65 West.
It's still not.
that's fine.
Yeah, all right.
I can read
That
that.
works, yeah.
Okay.
Scroll through, that's May 1st.
Oh, yeah, it was just, it had been the May 1st one. I fixed it when I sent it to,
All right.
Kathy. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, you went to Mr. Richardson, so you can,
Yeah, we can discuss that.
yeah, you can discuss that at the appropriate time.
That's for the tree cutting.
Yeah.
You can probably just delete that crossed out region, Amanda.
Okay.
Thank you. Weiss, there's no E at the end of Al's name.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
We didn't have a site visit? Didn't you guys have a site visit you guys went to?
Yeah, we mentioned it in person, I think, we've been here.
Yeah, Amanda and Patty went to Richardson's place.
I want to take that 8 o'clock and throw it on the next page, so it looks,
At, what is it, 31 Baxter, 32 Baxter.
yes, 32.
We could make the font one size smaller and fit it all on one page.
Can't read it at that point, I'm guessing.
Okay. Anything else?
Take that 8 o'clock and throw it on the second page.
The,
On page 1 of 2, right there.
Yeah, just hit enter there.
There you go. looks good. Yeah,
T and Bachelor.
Is there?
that, BATCHELOR. Yeah,
I think it's because it always autocorrects me, so I always feel like
Yeah,
I need to
because
fix
that's not normal
it.
spell for bachelor.
Yeah.
I have the same problem.
The T, yeah, it's
Yeah,
the T.
the T
That's
is
why
not
I
usually in
was
it.
on that word, because
Okay,
that's what how I'm used to seeing it. Okay, so we're good.
I don't see any issues at this point, as anyone else.
And,
Who was at the meeting? I was.
Actually, make on the commentary, we're gonna change to 6:30 effective in June. If we just-
Yeah, I didn't see that either, I was wondering about that.
Well, that was brought up at the last meeting,
Yeah,
and it's gonna be official for the next meeting.
yeah, we'll see how it goes.
June, what did we say the next meeting is?
June 12th.
June 12th. I think we also, that at the bottom. Yeah, June 12th.
Oh, there it is, there, okay.
Yeah, just highlight that as well, or bold it and maybe that'll catch people's attention. Yeah. All right.
Any other changes?
No, looks good. Oh, that's open office, that's what you should.
Yeah, that's what I have.
It's good though, isn't it?
That's fine.
Can you open,
Because it's free.
can you open 2007 DOCX files?
I think you
with it?
can, yeah.
I think you can, which is good, that's
I can
good.
open most things, just not
Yeah,
PDFs.
that's
It does
excellent.
not convert at all,
It doesn't?
no. Okay, so,
A motion, why not?
Approve as written?
Bill made a motion to approve. I second it. Discussion, in favor?
Aye.
Print out 4 copies, please. Bills to pay. 719. Let me know when you're ready, Amanda.
not showing up. I just printed stuff. I don't know why the printer isn't on my computer.
Not thinking.
Well, we'll get it from
Computer,
Kevin.
it's printed, I guess. There it is.
There we go.
Temperamental.
Where's that side of Memorial Drive, 408? Is that down south? of
408? I think it's down towards
Home Depot?
Home Depot is like 5 something or.
Okay.
Okay, so we're at this, okay, last.
Actually, we should have put down approved minutes, but that's okay. That's all right.
It's 2.
Yep. you can sign those two.
Wendell, you did sign this?
Nope.
Well, I
Sign
don't think I
four.
got that attachment.
What's over here?
But you
Oh,
just-
approved,
Yeah, just
oh.
wrote approve.
It's like,
So, what's that? Take those. I signature on 2 days.
Well, I have you sent me an attachment, or did you just want me to print out the file, the email?
There should have been an attachment.
Yeah, I took on an attachment.
So, we'll talk about that later, I guess.
Yeah, let me
It's not pressing at this moment.
Send it again.
Bills to pay. We sent this bill to the selectman's office. It was returned saying that they do not pay this bill. I have an invoice here from Lenart Construction Lenart Consulting Services, 408 Memorial Drive. It is for the Phase 1 study of the Forge Pond Dam.
So we have to pay that out?
We have to pay out of our funds, apparently. So the
We
total,
need to find out from Stinson if we can legally do that.
well, at this point, there's a bill for $430 on the table. You want to look at the invoice or anything like that?
No,
Sorry, did you have?
$430.
so I wonder what account we can actually pay it out of.
Couldn't tell you.
So do we all have to sign it?
We have to make a motion to pay the bill.
Yeah, all right. I'll make a motion, I guess we pay the bill, but we need to find out, they need to tell us which account they're taking it out of, and to show us where it can legally come out of that account.
Is that a motion?
Yes.
Did you get that?
No.
Linda made a motion to pay the $430 to Lenart Consulting Services with the request that Kathy or whoever's in charge of payment inform us what fund or what account they're withdrawing it from. Because I don't know what account it should be coming from. The hatch, or it can only come from the hatch.
Because we have two accounts that we have, the hatch and something else.
Yeah, because the hatch and the other account, the hatch account has a lot of limitations.
Yeah, it's
Right.
probably gonna be the operating account.
Operating.
Yeah.
Okay, so
That's
she made
fine.
a motion to pay the invoice with the request that, what?
They tell us what account she's taken out of,
And why?
and why, yeah, that's the idea, why. I want an explanation how, why, you know, which account they
You want
take out.
to call Mr. Stinson and ask him what's going on with that, Linda?
You wanna call him? Why don't you call him, Linda?
Ask him about why, if this is just a maintenance, if we're allowed to pay this bill through,
It's an engineering report on
it's an engineering report, Phase 1. So that's taken care of. Any other bills?
Oh, did we second that motion?
Oh, seconded. All in favor?
Aye.
These are all. Let's see, stuff. I don't see any other bills to pay from anybody? No? Hearing none?
I have the one for the color book, but again, it's on my desk.
Once you get that invoice to us, we'll take care of it. Financial accounts, I don't see anything with financial accounts in the correspondence. So, going on. Administrative duties continued, 8 o'clock portion. Outreach, education, and plant of the week. I think, your young man there, project you have, or you'd like to discuss with the commission?
Come on up. if
Sure,
you
come
would,
on up.
please.
Sure.
Sure. Name, rank, and serial number.
Yeah, so I would like to do an Eagle Scout project. I'm cleaning up part of Bachelor Brook, so about from Aldrich Lake to a little bit past Porter Street.
Okay.
Yep. So I have a couple questions, and then yeah, some other things I have to ask.
Sure.
So the main thing I would like to do is to clean up, so trash and litter and things, which I took a canoe down there the other day and took some pictures.
Sure.
Of those. Okay. So this, there's a couple of, I think these are plastic pallets. This one's a little hard to see, sorry, I don't know this color.
That's fine.
This one is a little odd, it's hubcap and a tree and a tire.
Okay, yeah.
So, other things like that. And then, my question is, I've heard a couple of things about natural debris, like trees that have fallen because
Right.
of...
I just spoke at the select board
Yeah.
meeting.
No, I just have a question. Whereabouts exactly are you gonna be doing the work? There's the lake there.
Yeah, so about from... Let's see. From around here to here.
Oh,
Okay.
sure.
Amanda,
Porter Street
if you could
Bridge.
call that up, yeah. So Porter Street Bridge until the lake itself. Okay, I got you then. Very good.
So my question about natural debris is, I've heard a couple different things about it, like trees that are damaged by beavers or cut down by beavers, whether it's okay to remove those, and then I've heard things about trees being good to stay in the river. So I just wanted to know what I should do because there's actually quite a few fallen
Not
trees
in the right area.
and such.
No idea where it should be.
You are in the correct area.
So I spoke to him at the meeting about how vegetation and trees falling across the river provide wildlife habitat for both fisheries, and a lot of animals actually use trees to cross brooks. That. I also talked to my husband who used to canoe that and said, in the past, they've cut trees.
Who's cut the trees?
People have,
Okay.
just so they could use the river for canoeing. So, but now with the Rivers Protection Act, I don't know what you legally can do with down trees and that too, if you were allowed to cut a few.
The commission's going to ask the expertise of Mr. Kevin Brooks, longtime commissioner, longtime resident of Granby. Kevin, if you'd come up and opine, please. Microphone is right there.
In this section of Bachelor Brook, there are a number of beaver trees. In other words, they've chewed them down and left them fall. And I guess it would be a judgment call as to how many of those you would like removed. For example, I know one out there that goes across the brook. The turtles love to sun themselves on it, you know. Other trees that are not so far out of the water may be more desirable because they divert the flow. And it is a low area, and if you block up the main channel, then you're gonna get an alternate channel, and you may or may not want that to occur. So it's, you know, I think the trees that are down need to be evaluated as to the merits of letting them stay or getting them out of there. The beaver's been busy. And especially on the south side of Porter Street Bridge. There is a lodge down there. They were bank beavers, but they've got an actual lodge in what was the old Easton Mill Pond. You can see it from Porter. So
if our scout removes the artificial debris, that's a no-brainer.
that's a no-brainer.
So if you elect to want to remove some trees, maybe one of the commissioners can go down with you and evaluate case by case, if that would be reasonable with
And we
you.
probably should check with Stinson
Yeah.
about
Yeah,
whether that.
Yeah, I can talk to Mark about that, but
Some of those, you know, may be down and you leave them down, but you pull them out of the main channel or something, you know. You need to come along or something like that.
As far as the trash, as I say,
Rainer, and are you gonna have help with this?
Yeah, so I have other people from my scout troop
Okay.
and some leaders and other people, friends from my church that I can enlist.
Okay.
so are you gonna use a john boat, a flat bottom boat, or a canoe, or what sort of?
Yeah, probably canoes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make sure you have your life jacket on, that's
Right.
all I can say.
So, should we have him come back to the next meeting, or we get his email address so that we can check with a few people on this?
You probably, like I said, the trash is not an issue because they have Earth Day. They pick up
Right,
trash
right.
along the
Yeah,
river
oh,
and
yeah,
stuff, that's not a
removing the
problem.
trash is not-
That's,
That's an interesting question, though, regarding fallen trees, because like Wenda says, fallen trees do provide plenty of
and
shelter
the,
and
and the other
habitat.
issue too, you have to look at, who owns that property along that stream? Is it the Aldrich? Or, and cutting trees inside somebody's property is usually not allowed. I don't think the town owns that property.
Good point.
Conservation owns quite a bit of that property.
Do they?
Yeah, in fact, on both sides of Porter Street towards Aldrich Lake, that's all conservation land.
Is it conservation easement or is it owned in
Right on.
fee?
They outright own
So
it.
fee ownership.
And on the other side of the, on the west side of Baxter Brook, there was a 20-foot easement granted to the town of Granby.
Is that for the trout lake?
Yes, exactly.
The only concern I have with cutting the trees and, you know, they're dangerous. I don't
Yes.
want someone
Yeah,
who doesn't have the
that's
experience to cut a
additional
tree.
liability for the town, too.
That's right.
So,
That's right. Yeah.
you know, we,
So, the thing I had in mind is I personally I wouldn't be cutting the trees. It would be people, the adults that I knew, the leaders, and other people from the church who had chainsaws and had experience, and then the young men who I know would assist them.
so you're gonna basically be the leader and
Oh, yeah,
direct.
Exactly.
and-
That's the project requires me to basically be the leader.
Sure.
I wish Patty were here, she'd opine on the tree
Do,
cutting.
do you have a start date that you'd like to start?
So I don't have a start date because the way it works is I have to submit an application form to the scout office first. And once that gets passed, then they can say, okay, you can start your project, and then I can, begin.
Do you have a time limit for how long you have to complete the project?
There's no strict timeline. I mean,
A weekend, 2 weekends?
probably, yeah, a couple of weekends.
Okay.
Is it for a merit badge?
This is
Eagle.
for Eagles.
Oh, this is to go from life to eagle.
Nice.
Well, cool. Congratulations.
The only thing, you know, looking at this other one on Bachelor Brook, we went out and did a site visit, so maybe if he does want cut trees, we could have him mark the trees that need to be cut and have a
Take
site
look
visit.
at 'em, Yeah.
And we could probably waive the $65 site visit fee
Sure.
because it's a good project to.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna ask, how much, assistance can we give as a commission without like overstepping, you know, our position, I guess?
Well,
Like, if we went out there and like, you know, to like help and like see like what things they wanna do and maybe give them
Well, if the
ideas
tr-
if there is anything that might be a problem where we would want a little more information before.
if the trees are marked and, you know, between Wenda and Patty and yourself and
And
everybody here.
what Stinson's view is.
And what Mark Stinson has to say, I think we could, you know, safely move this project. I mean, you're not gonna take the stumps out, obviously, you're gonna leave the stumps where they are, so. So, I think it's a good project, I think it's a good cause. I'm just concerned with the trees that, you know, cutting them, it's done safely and, you know, obviously nobody gets hurt.
And I'm not sure what the protocol is for cutting a tree from a canoe. That
Oh,
just-
you could, I don't think you could cut it from
No,
a
no,
canoe.
no, no,
Yeah,
you're not
all
gonna
right.
do
Yeah,
that.
I'm like,
No.
yeah.
Chainsaw in a canoe is like being on a ladder and a chainsaw, not a good combination.
But that's,
The commission has allowed Eagle Scout projects previously over at Dufresne,
oh, yeah, yeah.
on the trail work.
Yeah, they fixed up the trails and stuff like that, but this is, I think, the first time I've seen something like this, which is nice. It's good.
Very good, excellent.
So what does the commission want to do? We don't have an issue with the trash. The trees we'll have to look into.
Maybe if you could make like red marking tape around the candidate trees, and then come back, and then we can do a site visit just to take a peek and give you some opinion as to what's acceptable and what isn't. In the meantime, you can talk to Stinson, Wenda, if you would.
Okay, I know you said you would talk to
Well,
Stinson.
since you're calling him on another matter, you can bring
Okay.
this one up too.
All right,
So we have your name and phone number and all that good stuff and contact information. And if you want to come in at the next meeting and let us know how you're progressing.
Yeah, so there's one other thing. So for the project, I need to have like a point person who could be the beneficiary. And that person is mainly responsible for signing a couple things, and I have to show my proposal to them. Once the project is more, specifically laid out.
Sure.
So I would need maybe one person, like the chair of the committee.
that's fine, we can,
It's fine.
I mean, I'm just the chairman, but you know, obviously, you can present it to the whole board, we act as one. So,
Yeah, so we would
I
all
can't,
pro-
as one
we would
member-
all probably jointly sign off on the
You
project.
can-
Yes.
Of course we can, sure.
one member can't sign off on a permit, so it's a group effort here. So, yeah, if you wanna get everything together, flag the trees, if you wanna make a presentation and whatever we need to sign off on, we'll take a look at the trees and go from there,
Okay,
so.
so this will happen, so I can mark off all the trees and I think we can come back. To the next
If you
meeting.
want,
Which is
yeah,
the
June
12th
12th,
of
if that
June.
works for you, June 12th.
Okay, June 12th. Okay, so the deadline for the application is, for the project is before that, and then they don't have one all of July, which
Okay.
means I would have to start in September, which would be,
That's not
Well,
good.
I think you
That's
can
not
put your
good.
project in. I
I think he's asking for an endorsement by the commission to sign his, I don't know, letter of intent or whatever you call it, your
Would
application.
an email suffice to you?
I think so, yeah, I mean,
Amanda, maybe if you could get his email and just craft a short email.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Well, do you
generating,
have the paperwork with you for us to sign tonight?
no, I don't have it tonight. Tonight,
Okay.
I mainly wanted to just see if this was feasible and
yeah.
No.
I-
get information about the,
I don't have an issue with the trash, and I think you could do that just about any time. Like Earth Day, people are picking up trash all over the place next to swamps and wetlands, and so that in itself, I think we can go ahead, but with the trees, we have to make a little more research on that, just to make sure.
So we could probably, yeah, draft a letter.
Would the
We
commission
should
have a
email
problem
you.
if I signed the letter while removing trash?
Well, Amanda can draft something now, we'll just print it out and you can sign it.
Is that okay? Is that what you're looking for?
Just something real short.
Okay.
Okay.
We have our letterhead?
I do.
Yeah, you need to get his name and address and all that stuff.
Could he just go together with whoever's looking at trees and just do it together? Because he doesn't know really what trees would be.
Sure.
Well, no, he'll be marking the trees in the
Well,
field.
he's, yeah, she's saying that,
So
yeah.
if he could maybe just go with whoever's going out.
Yeah, I mean, there's certain trees
With
that
that person?
smaller trees are probably okay. When you get to the bigger ones, obviously those are really dangerous and probably don't want them cut.
I
But,
mean, it just, he wouldn't know which trees, so it would be sort of a,
we'd have to, I don't know if Amanda,
Oh, maybe Amanda and Wenda can go out, and Patty. Patty would be
She's
perfect
the-
out there. She's the tree cutting
Yeah.
expert.
Yeah.
Maybe have Patty do this
Yeah,
as well.
because she would know more about
Yeah.
cutting
But
them
in terms
safely.
of
Yeah, I think that's smart.
your
having Patty
application,
there.
so do you just need like a letter endorsing your wish to clean up a stretch
Okay, so-
of the stream? Like,
I think-
you know,
I think as far as the application goes, let me, actually, let me, so, okay, so, I think what happens is I have the project proposal form that I have a PDF of, and then I can fill that out, and then once I have that approved, then I can come to you and propose my project to you, like, again, I guess. And then I get your approval, and there is, I think, some form for that it needs to be filled out.
Okay.
So, as, right now, I basically just wanted to get grips on where I was standing with this.
Mhm.
So yeah.
But you need this done before the 12th of June, that's the problem.
Yeah.
well, when's the date?
The date, I think it's June 9th.
June 9th?
So maybe we'll memorialize the approval tonight in the meeting, and then we can sign out of meeting based on our approval that we voted on tonight.
Well, he can possibly bring what the application or what needs to be signed. The building where the select board meeting was,
Yeah.
upstairs is the secretary for all the different commissions in town. And something can be left with her that one of us can come by and sign it, or a couple of us.
That's a good idea.
Senior Center down on,
Yeah.
So you come into that main room and there's a stairway on the left, and you go up there.
Okay. So if I did that and I left the paper with her, and then maybe I give her the phone number or something, or something, and
Yeah, we'll sign it before the 9th, and you can come up and pick it up,
Yeah.
and then present it to your group. That'd be good. But get her information, or get his information, Amanda.
Yeah, so my email, IHUA 2x@gmail.com. You want a phone number?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. 413-535-9654.
What's your name again?
Ian Paul.
Ian?
Ian Paul.
Okay. All right, Ian.
So let us know via email when you got the paperwork down there, or
Yeah.
somehow call. I'm trying to think of point of contact.
HUA.
And it's just.
Make a note.
Okay, great.
Make a note to have Kathy call us as soon as his application, or email us or call us when he has his application there. Kathy Leonard's on the top floor, and once we have the application.
I can
On my
at
way in,
least
or-
sign it, because I'm around.
Yeah,
during
you're
the
around
week,
town.
Yeah, and I'm around off.
You're around during the week.
So,
Does the application ask for someone's phone number?
yeah.
They wanna know?
Yeah, so,
So.
yeah, the application asks for the beneficiary's phone number and
We can just give the town
so.
Yeah,
contact phone number.
the
Yeah,
town conservation has their own number, it's a 467.
yeah.
It goes right to Kathy Leonard, and then
Yeah,
she calls us.
7177 you can use.
Yeah, 46,
467-7177.
yeah, that'll
Do
go
I
right
write
to
that
us.
down?
I think I have it.
You do? Okay.
Yeah,
But
that'll
we'll
be the
take care of this
main
for you.
point
Yeah.
of contact for the phone number, and then Kathy reaches out to us, and then, one of us will call, or whatever needs to be done, verify, or whatever needs to be done. So just put Kathy on notice that this will be coming shortly, and, go from there.
Okay. So where can I find, where can I email you?
Here, I'll give you my email.
Yeah, Amanda has an email.
Yeah,
She's
go through them.
more into the, I can't, if you send it to me, you might not see it for months.
Yeah, me either.
There is my email address and my phone number.
Because Amanda's the most on top of her game.
Well,
Yeah,
And now that I
And
have
Kathy
a
even
different
said
job,
that
I'll
to
be
me
able
today.
to do that more.
yeah, very efficient. So Ian, I guess we're all set till you get that stuff together, and we'll, hopefully, get that going for you real soon. Good luck, thank you.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
Very, very good.
congratulations.
Very good. Excellent.
Okay,
All right.
let's go on to 7:30, appointments and public hearings.
Well, this must be, Kev, are you representing 65 West? Okay.
All right, let me read that in. 7:30, RDA, requested determination of applicability filed by Barbara A. Laramie to see whether the area and/or work depicted on plans referenced is subject to the Wetlands Protection Act with regards to property located at 65 West Street and known as map 3C-7 in the town of Granby. So come on up, Kevin.
Good evening,
Hello.
again. So this is a repair to an existing septic system. Pretty straightforward. The house was built in the 50s. I guess this is the first time they've repaired it. I don't know. It is good if that's the case. Maybe.
Yeah. Very good.
You have your map there. So we've tried to pull as far away from the
There's a little stream.
waterway, yeah.
see that.
I think that's a perennial waterway. I'm pretty sure it is.
Yeah.
Where is this? 202?
It's in Ludlow, it's West Street.
It's across the street from, it's kind of across from the grade school, yeah.
Their backyard is the highway department.
Okay, all right, okay. Now I know where I am, okay.
Yeah, it's actually right.
You said 65 West
there.
Street?
65 West Street,
Yeah.
yes.
Great.
You just go past Crescent and it's the next house on the left.
So it's across from the carrot farm,
Yeah.
before
Well,
the
okay.
cemetery.
Much
Oh,
before.
it's the first house to the west of the brook then, on Ken Lane, the
That's
Ken Lane
correct.
Brook, oh, okay,
That's correct.
okay.
Do we have a
That's
map?
right, oh, yeah, right where your thing is, yep. That's it.
No, I know, I just had it zoomed out for area
Oh, okay.
to get
Okay.
Yeah, there it is, right there.
the bigger
And
picture.
where they're planning on putting it is over on this side of the parcel. So we got to get as far away from, perennial waterways as we can.
Where's their well, Kev? In the
Yeah,
front?
well, let's see, it's in the front, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
right from the house.
So there's no other option then? That's the bottom line,
Yeah.
there's no other,
That's
Does it show the well?
driving this.
okay, all right. So there's
Can't
nothing
put it up
else?
front.
Yeah, so there's nothing we can do, so this is, do the best we can.
Oh, the brook flows right through there? Is that the brook?
Yeah,
See, that's what I was trying to see, I was like, what waterway?
actually, if you went to, can you go to another dated, you can only do the 2016. If you could go back in time, you can get rid of the vegetation, you can see the waterway a little clearer if you're on Google Earth.
That does, you can't do that in Mass GIS.
Yeah, I know, that's the problem. That's one good thing about Google.
Hydraulic connection.
Yeah, okay, you got it? Okay, okay. That's fine. There it is, there it is. There it is, okay.
Okay, so you were saying you were gonna have it on this side to get away from that? hydraulic
Yeah,
connection?
and this is a pump system. So,
Kev, how many feet from the brook? You got
the
25
closest part of the leach field will be 70 feet
from the brook?
from the
All
brook.
right, that's not too bad.
It's, I mean, we pushed it
Yeah, all right, of course, you're doing the best you
as
can.
far as we could.
That's fine.
Do you have to cut some trees in that area?
It's pretty open
Okay.
in the area along that property line.
Okay.
These houses have been there a while.
Well, I can see the big trees shadows there.
Yeah, there are, but they may be on the neighbor's property. And there are definitely some trees in what we would consider to be a wet area
Right,
here.
yeah, all right,
So they do overshadow
yeah.
this.
I'm just wondering if you're gonna run into some trees. Oh, it's mounded, you said.
It's gonna be a pump system.
So they're pumping it uphill? Yeah. So what's the water table depth?
Well, right now, the system's in the water table.
Okay.
Well, that's why it's coming up.
That's why we're getting it out of it.
What do we have? What?
How many foot of water table separation, Kev? Are you going,
They've requested
Oh,
a
down-
waiver of 4 feet.
oh, 5 down to 4, okay, so you still got 4, and it's 2-minute soil?
Yeah, I mean, it's very gravelly down there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's probably why,
Excuse
it's been
me.
alive since the 50s. Because it is gravel. The only real enemy is the high water table.
And the brook.
Huh?
And the brook.
Yeah.
What does the do business on now?
It's like
Tell me there's
small.
2 streams.
Well, it predates the Wetlands Protection Act, certainly. It predates the Rivers Protection Act, and we're doing the best we can. So if they did an
Oh, look at
alternatives
that. Yeah, that's
analysis,
interesting. That looks
doing
like
the
a
best we
pipe.
can.
Look at that.
Well, it's
Gotta-
just, it's 2 different layers, so
Huh.
they have a stream as 2 separate things. One of them is the hydraulic connection. and
remember,
the
Ed,
other
there was
is a
this
stream.
clay pipe system, the dewatering system, and
The
that
USGS.
Ken Lane system?
That's separate.
But I think it's on the other side.
Yeah.
It's to the right.
Ken Lane.
I mean, I think it's a
You
drain
just
pipe.
assume it's somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
3-bedroom?
So this, on the USGS map, it shows a solid line.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that, say, it's a perennial at that point.
What are you gonna?
and, repairs to septic is exempt under
Yeah.
the rivers.
Yeah, yeah.
So you're gonna do, is
Erosion,
there, a bank there? What's the topography in that backyard?
It's a gradual slope from the waterway up to the neighbor's property.
Okay.
So I'm sure
are you using wattles or straw bales?
we're proposing, water.
All right, so I'm gonna give you the wattle cut sheet, so that they put in the bar.
It's a function of what works.
Yeah.
If you got a steep area, we want to put a hay bales and silt fence, and
Yeah.
it might be more appropriate.
Well, you do show wattles. Let's see.
Give that to your install.
Okay. Oh, good.
Is Greg putting it in?
I don't know the answer.
All right, we'll give it to whoever does it.
Greg is an expert.
Good man, Greg.
Is that the one that was on the hill on Amherst
Yeah.
Street?
Yeah.
So,
We held a little school.
Okay. Yeah, well, we're out there to teach people too, you know?
Oh, I know.
We're all the same team. As long as it gets done and protects the wetland, that's what counts.
And that was pretty steep.
Yeah, oh yeah.
All right, so this is an RDA, so it's a buffer zone no, it's actually not a buffer zone project. It's a resource area project.
We're in research.
So that means it's gonna be a negative something else. So let's take a look. If you'd be so kind, Amanda, to call up the DEP Form 2 options, and we'll have to go through that carefully now. This is not quite that simple. Yeah, I was thinking it'd be a -3, but it is not a -3. Come on, Betsy.
Yeah.
Is within the area subject to testing.
It's a look, you know, it's within an area subject to protection under the act.
Yeah.
So it's kind of,
Okay, here we go.
you don't want 3, that's,
No.
those are all positives.
Yep,
That's what I thought, so
Yeah.
I'm trying to go further.
Yeah.
yeah.
gotta keep going.
Some negatives, here we go.
Here we go. All right, one is not. Oh, here it is. Let's look at -2. The work described in the request is within an area subject to protection under the Act, but will not remove, fill, dredge, or alter that area.
Well, that's not true.
Yeah, because you're actually filling in the riverfront area.
Oh, doesn't it need like an exemption?
Except for
Because it's an
exempt.
emergency?
Yeah, well, let's look at this carefully.
Exemption, yeah, that's what we probably.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh, yeah,
emergency.
okay, yeah, number 5, yeah. -5. The area described in the request is subject to protection under the Act, since the work described therein meets the requirements for the following exemption, which is the 310 CMR 10 point, and I'll do the call out. As specified in the Act and the regulations, no notice of intent is required.
That's the one.
Yeah, so we're gonna do -5, and I will very quickly look for the exemption for us.
I agree with this one. Oh, do you want me to fill it out?
I guess we can fill it out now. Site visit.
Well, we should do a site visit once the wattles are installed.
Yeah.
Yeah, standard.
And don't we have a fee for RDA, right? It's $100?
I think the check was there, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, all right.
Pretty sure the check was there.
Yeah, we did submit a check for,
Was it 100 or 70?
65.
That was the old, okay.
Applicants, oh, that's for you, I guess, right?
There you go.
Applicants.
Oh, great.
That's,
Because I thought on that thing that you did, isn't it 100? No?
It was called in at $100 about 8 years ago, but we
Yeah.
have not really acted upon that. So we can discuss that.
Yeah.
Let me find this
Site
exemption
visit,
first.
65.
Yeah.
Let me find this exemption
Right.
here.
Oh, we have a blue book around, I could try looking too.
No, we'll find it. I'll get it. It was 10:03 something.
58.
with septic repair, we'll do 2.
Yeah, no, I don't know if it had,
Septic repair.
yeah, I don't know if it, I searched that.
He doesn't
No
like that.
matches, yeah.
probably just repair.
What would it be under, septic repair?
Here it is. No, see, that's just a category for the filing
Yeah,
fee.
it's right.
Exempt activities?
I remember, hold on, it was in 1002, I believe. It was in 1002, hold on, I'll find it. If this computer was
Isn't it,
cooperating.
we're talking 310 CMR, but that's the Wetlands Protection Act, what's the Rivers Act, is that in that?
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah,
thought it was,
well, let's-
I thought it was right there in the verbiage under.
No, it's way up, I think it's way up front. Maybe it is in 1058. Let's take a, again, if this computer were acting a little quicker, we'd find it faster.
Yeah, you didn't happen to put it in your application, right?
Let's get rid of this.
There you go. Is that it?
No, see, that's just that's the category for the filing fee.
So cranky.
Your computer's acting up too?
It's just this form. It just doesn't make it. So I'm gonna tear our date, which is gonna go with. What is the title of this?
Let's try this.
What, the form you're working on?
No, the plan.
You can see up there, see where I'm at? I'm on form 2. Determination of applicability.
Title and date.
Yeah, the title's right there.
It's on the plan, I think.
Oh, it's right there.
Oh, is it on the plan? Sorry.
It's on the folded plan.
See here.
Okay.
It says,
Trace it down.
Do I just use today's date? Because I don't see it. Oh, there it is.
Here's the exemption. 1058, 6C. 1058, 6C. They actually moved it. It was in a different part in the old code.
you want me to scribble that out for you, Amanda?
1058, 6C. Amanda will write that in the minutes. Okay.
10,
And I'm gonna
58,
read it out to the group here.
58.58,
10.586C.
6.
I'm going to read it. Notwithstanding the provisions of 1058, 1 through 5, certain activities or areas are grandfathered or exempted from the requirements in the riverfront area. Part C, on-site sewage disposal systems in existence on August 7, 1996, and the repair or upgrade of systems in compliance with CMR 15, Title 5. They actually changed that from the last writing of the code.
1058, 6.
C. Yep. Yep.
So it's 10.
It used to be 1983, now it's 1986 they're giving an exemption on. It's good to know.
Well, it's 90, what'd you say, 96?
96.
Yeah.
So if you have a system that went in 95, in the riverfront area, you're good.
Yeah.
Oh, that's part of the topo.
Yeah, this part down here, this beat down here.
Okay, did you all get that?
This Lannery was
Did you write that down? Okay.
Because that's what I have right now, but I was just getting really confused, because it looks like there's 3 things here.
Well,
Just
it
two?
wants the,
just
final plans and documents.
What?
The name on the final plans and documents.
No, I know,
Oh.
I'm putting everything in right now.
Okay, I thought you were trying, what were you trying to find?
I was trying to understand this, because it's all over the place.
Oh, all right.
We listed the top on that,
Oh, okay.
USGS quad.
Oh, all right.
and it was photo revised in 1979, yeah.
Oh, okay.
And I don't entirely know how to put that in here, but. Yes, yes.
Mr. Fugler's project is moving forward.
Yes, we need an update on that one.
Yeah. 12th of June, we'll have a report. We did have a problem with the red maples. Planted 5, 1 took. So we're planting 4 more.
Hmm.
I was quite surprised.
Where did he obtain them from?
Ask Wanda.
Oh,
I knew
A back, something, oh,
Yeah.
The wetland place, and
really, really?
did you return them and get 4?
We're working on it.
Oh, yeah, because
Yeah.
that's weird.
Well, you know, it was very evident that the one that survived was pushed right up and wasn't where sticks.
Yeah.
So,
Huh.
and, you know, we had the bagger on him and the whole bit, and it's not exactly dry out there.
Yeah,
So,
but red maples are used to having their feet wet, so that wouldn't be a problem.
yeah.
I noticed that family's trying to sell that lot that's in the wetland. In be-
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they
that's been
are?
for sale. That one that you said,
Oh, you're talking,
that young couple
Yeah.
that you did, you flagged the wetland.
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
so the photo revised, does that count as a date? The photo revised?
Sure, you can add that.
Okay, just because otherwise I don't have a date.
And that's right on the plan, you know, it's photos,
Yeah.
you get the right plan.
Okay, good. Very good.
Yeah, I didn't know how the kids were really gonna put a house there. Even though it doesn't flag as a wetland.
I know, I wouldn't put a house there, but,
It's, so
They
do
got the-
we have a
they got
motion on the
that
table for
property
this?
A very nice price,
Yeah,
so therefore, you put a house.
yeah.
We have a motion on the table for this?
I move we approve it, subject to the exemption in the wetlands regulation.
10.586C.
1 second.
And we're issuing a -5. And Kevin, you'll be installing straw wattles in accordance with the specification.
Yep. And I don't know who the job is gonna be yet. It may be
Second.
Greg Everson.
Yeah, that'd be
I'll
great.
second.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Wait, I wanted to,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Bill made a motion to issue -5, subject, or, because it's under,
10 point,
no, I know, but how should I word that?
Is exempt activity.
And, yeah.
As exempt activity under, 10,
System.
0.58,
Existing.
10.58,
10.5,
6C.
8.6C.
This house was in existence prior to Wetlands Rivers Protection Act and the septic system.
That's right, there's another exemption for the offset from the BVW, which is, that's the 1983 exemption. There's two different exemptions.
It's all resource.
But again, if you had a system built before 83, you could actually put it 1 foot away from the BVW and you'd be good.
Well, you know, Board of Health is trying to get it
Oh, yeah,
far away from
well, we're all trying to do the same thing.
Well, I
raise
gotta
it.
bring in, a copy of that short wetlands bylaw from Wilmington, Mass. It's just front side and back side of one sheet.
It's good, that's what we should have.
So I gotta bring that
Is
in.
it CMR? The 10 dash, okay.
Yeah,
just checking.
310 CMS.
Under 310 CMR,
Yep,
that's
Code
right.
of Massachusetts Regulations.
Should, listen, septic in existence prior to the existence
No,
of.
that's actually Code of, and the CFR is the Code of Federal Regulations.
Okay, and then Ed made a motion. Or Ed second,
I
so
second.
motion.
Discussion? Motion approved?
Aye.
Great.
Very good, Kev.
Passes.
So Kev, we're gonna pepper you with a couple of extra questions if we could.
Okay.
Mr. Collette,
Yes, I was on site today.
Colette, is that the
David
kid-
Collette.
the guy who cut
98.
the trees? Oh, yeah.
I think we're gonna do a joint site visit at some point. Would you like to attend?
Sure.
Whatever your pleasure is.
So you've been hired now as the secondary?
That's a good question. Bob and Mate and I, we think are hired, but I haven't seen anything in writing. I tried to run that down today and I couldn't.
Okay.
The issue, of course, was we wanted to make sure that the former jobber got paid. He was owed $2,000 and we're trying.
Yeah, oh,
We're not
yeah.
gonna jump in on that until he's taken care of.
Maybe you ask for a retainer.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
we will.
you're gonna use his work product, the other surveyor, engineer?
We're going to do a new culvert.
Okay.
Which is not 10 feet wide.
Right. It'll be an elliptical culvert in place of the one that's there now. And this,
There's a 18 there now, and 18 round is a temporary.
yeah, that's right. That's exactly right.
Has there been a lot of damage out there yet?
Well, when you put the pipe in,
Remember, you're on candid camera.
I know.
Okay.
Why don't we discuss this later? We don't need to
Yeah, we can
discuss
discuss that later.
Yeah.
it. We'll schedule, when you're retained by Mr. Collette, we will request that you contact us to make a site visit, so we can all
Yes.
be on the same page.
He's got other issues too with
Understood.
his house.
Yes.
When was this one filed?
Back.
Is it this date, or is it today?
Wendy's,
Okay, great. I just want to make sure I'm using the right dates. I'm
Yep, no, you're,
learning. So
yeah,
can
because
bring
I
in-
talked to the building inspector, he cornered everything.
That's all good. I just want to know the.
the date was.
I guess there were
Information is supposed to
5
use.
truckloads of bad stuff put in that driveway.
Okay.
We'll talk about that later, we don't have to go over
Yeah,
that
we
stuff.
went through the basement and found weeping through the foundation in those places. And he's trying to put a sump pump in there. Got about this much pea stone in there.
I heard he had some frost heave in interior footings.
I think that's what it looks like. The main, you know?
Yeah, that's what I heard.
And the back walls are all,
Septic system.
yeah, it's just,
Well, once you get on board, Kev, we'll do a site visit with you
yeah, we've
present.
been pushing, trying to get this
Good, good.
resolved, so
Good.
that, you know, and I know what you guys are looking for.
Yeah. And we also have to deal with the cutting the trees through the wetland.
Oh, also got contact back from Kestrel.
Oh,
They are basically, what's his name, is buying the they're adjusting the landlines. So he will own the property. I don't think he realizes that he still has to fix it. I think he thinks that this kind of gets him out of, yeah. But she told him to contact us, and he has not.
Who is this?
Somebody put in a solar array and filled
In
in
a
a wetland in the
on
process.
Kestrel property.
Yeah.
We'll get to that in a second.
We stay busy in this little town.
They do.
And we still have that one over on New Ludlow Road too, right?
Yeah,
You're not retiring anytime soon.
maybe.
Did Douchy retire?
Oh, yeah.
He's not doing any work at all now?
Yeah,
I think he's doing some occasional consulting.
I got him to do some work for me up in Hardwick. That was fine, you know.
Wow, you went that far?
Oh, yeah.
How old's Chuck now? He must be, what, 76?
That's about, I think he's only 74.
Okay.
He's a couple years older than me.
Well, it's probably good for him to get outside once in a while to run around.
Yeah, get away from those dogs.
Last time he was on a job, he wore a Tyvek suit
Oh, jeez.
and a mosquito net.
He had some costumes.
Oh, yeah, Chuck's the greatest. All right, so you briefed us on Fugler, you're working on Colette,
Yeah.
and we're
Yeah,
taking
because
care of this
we
West
got
Street.
Nancy, Kathy got a call from Richards asking for an update from us.
Okay. I've tried to keep their lawyer abreast of what's going on. And right now, the last time I talked to him, I just said, we've planted it, we're waiting for green stuff to come up.
Did you see too? Did you put a wetland mix down too?
Yes, we wetland mixed it farther out,
Yep.
and right on the bank there, that's
Yeah.
more about the mix. And that's looking good.
That's looking good.
But the trees are not looking
How
good.
about the shrubs?
They're good. Yeah.
Are there any non-planted stuff coming up? Any
Oh, sure.
skunkers?
How about skunkers?
Oh, skunkers are coming up.
Oh, cool. Okay.
They're in full bloom right
Yeah.
now. That is plant of the week, folks, for you at home. Skunk cabbage.
Well, jewelweed's coming
No.
up pretty good too.
What is?
Jewelweed.
Yes.
Ooh. Love me some weed. Okay, project location, street address.
But the shad bushes have gone by mostly. Cherries are flowering.
Oh, yes. Yep. Smart weed. How about garlic mustard?
Yes.
Oh, yes, it's up.
That is the top, that is one of the leading invasives right now in the
That's
state.
even in Vermont.
Yeah,
The other
garlic
thing,
mustard. Now, is it white? It's not yellow, it's white, isn't it?
It's got a white flower.
Yeah, okay, and it's pretty tall.
If you want to see it, I can show you.
No, I got plenty.
and then I have this other nasty invasive, it's white up in Vermont. It looks like sweet Sicily. It has
Sweet
like
Sicily.
rye seeds, you know, those curved rye
Yeah,
seeds?
yeah.
That's what it has.
Oh, really?
I was really bad this weekend. We went for Roundup.
Oh, you did?
Because, dude, I dug it up for days and days up there, and
Kept
it's
coming
come
up.
back even worse.
Yeah.
It's funny, I interviewed gardeners to work around the house, since my gardener for
Yeah.
many years left. And one of the guys I interviewed, and I'm not gonna mention any names, I said, you know, I really want someone to do hand weeding around all my ornamentals. And he says, oh, no, we don't do hand weeding, we use Roundup. I said, okay, next. Next.
Yeah, I prefer not to use it like, couldn't use it like, we have some beautiful lilacs and stuff. and
For
I'm
the
like-
assessor's
You
map,
gotta be
lot
careful.
number.
I used it on top of the septic.
Poison ivy's up good, Kevin.
Yes. It's very nice.
Actually, you know what the cheapest solution is to kill poison ivy?
Here's the assessor.
Use Clorox, regular bleach.
Oh,
It's very
3?
effective on
Okay.
poison ivy.
It's less,
Assessor's
it's
map
probably
3.
less
Great.
bad than
Yeah.
Roundup.
See,
I use
yes.
vinegar
And it's
on the
cheaper.
other plants.
Oh, really? That
I
way?
poured vinegar on them. I don't know. I'll see if vinegar works.
7.
Some people use vinegar and spray it on.
Bleach works well.
Bleach
And
does
it's
work.
cheap, and it's, you know, as long as you wear white clothing, you're good.
I wore masks and gloves with the Roundup. It even has an electric pumper sprayer.
How about your Oriental bittersweet? Get that up there?
Not really. No bittersweet. I have invasive earthworms, snails like crazy, and then this white stuff.
How about Norway maple?
Yeah.
That's another
That's at
baddie.
our house.
That's a baddie. Silver maple, very bad.
We've got a number of those planted in the cemetery.
Our neighbors have the Norway, so it's all in our yard.
Don't have too much Japanese knotweed, and we don't have too much purple loosestrife.
The other thing I have is that swallowwort. That's in our
Oh, yeah,
backfield.
yeah, that's another bad one.
You trying to get rid of your knotweed?
I don't have knotweed.
We have some in the back.
Dig it out.
Do you?
And then spray it. I had it 30 years.
Wow.
I'll get rid of it.
I got that fox grape that's gone wild. I'm pulling that out.
Yeah.
It's really,
Is that right? You're spelling your name?
No?
no. Actually, I think you spelled Bobby's name. You gotta check Bobby's name too, Amanda, up ahead. Bobby Sheehan. Let's fix my name
Oh, I
first.
didn't actually type that in, that was just there.
Oh, okay.
You actually had the wrong form, it didn't have that one in there. I had to copy and paste it.
You did that
from the one
form?
Kathy gave me,
Oh,
because I asked Kathy for the
yeah.
Google Doc. Okay, so how do I spell it?
Shaheen.
S-H-A-H-E-E-N. Oh, so it's just backwards.
And I think the other fellow,
And L-U-F-F?
Yep, you get
Okay,
me
great.
W.
Oh, I did
gotta
forget
add an
me.
E, add an E between the W
Yeah.
and the N. There you go. Okay, we're good. We're good.
Okay, I'm gonna just save this one. How many copies of that do we need?
You saved it?
So did you read all that information I gave you?
I started to.
Have Nancy read it with her background too.
Yeah.
Also
See,
mistake
we
this
used to
guy
treat
right now.
patients in the village.
Wait, what?
We had a commanding officer.
I don't know,
who went
one?
skiing.
Don't we
Rope was
only need
like
one?
a nasty
Only
place.
one for him, one for us, at
And
least.
they were gonna
Okay.
relieve him of his
I
command.
would print up,
And he said,
3?
what if I
Alright, great.
sit in the hyperbaric chamber and breathe oxygen every day for, and that's what he did.
Hmm.
And it worked pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
So he had an atmosphere
No,
external to him.
Yeah.
Plus he was breathing so good.
Oh, yeah.
And you just gotta make sure that 10% of the population is allergic or reacts to O2.
Huh.
Really? I didn't know that.
I've seen it turn green people to white again on the skier slope. Yeah. But somebody donated 5 visits to Jeff. Heard about his cancer.
That's a deal.
Yeah.
Where do you go?
West Springfield. That information I gave you. You know, give it a couple weeks. You know, and see if it helps.
Thought that I misspelled the other one earlier. I think that's part of, I didn't remember seeing that name.
I used to be, I was in a saturation dive,
I don't remember typing that name.
200 feet for
Yeah.
2 weeks.
Yeah.
I'm the right size.
Yeah, but the oxygen might help your lungs now. Yeah. But now it might help you. Might, if it can reverse it,
Yeah, I hear you.
you know.
You have bad O2 concentration?
What's that?
Your oxygen concentration is very,
It's, I go about
it's not 99%.
7,
Yeah, well, it's pretty
Mine
good.
was 95 the other day.
Oh, that's
I'm
pretty
like,
low.
I don't know.
Terrible.
I know. I don't know why. If it's this finger that I broke, or I may try a different one.
Yeah, these 2 fingers, I don't put that on there, it's gonna be these 2,
Yeah.
because I don't get the proper reading on it.
Yeah.
Just like you said, you know, that's what I did.
I think it was a whittling accident. I sliced my finger 3 times in the same spot. So,
These are pain in the question.
It really is. It really is. This is annoying. So just 3 copies?
4.
4? Where's the 4th? 1,
2,
2, okay. You guys got a
We
sign.
have 3,
Three.
sorry.
Okay, okay. We're good then. Okay, pass them down. Is there a date on this one? Yeah, okay, yeah, there is, okay. Good. Well, thanks for the update, Mr. B.
Yeah. I talked to Ian Law the other day.
Nice young kid.
Yeah, he's a
Smart
nice
kid.
dude.
Did he apply to college yet? Was he a senior in high school?
No, I think he's gonna be a junior next year.
Good for him. You know, being an Eagle Scout, if he can get the endorsement of the,
Yeah,
of Richie Neal, you get him to West Point.
well, that's always. see,
That's
I-
Todd's political.
I applied to both of those schools, and I
Did you?
haven't went to Naval Academy, but I'm an alternate.
Yeah,
Well, if the primary takes it,
yeah,
you
yeah,
lose.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because they only appoint 1 per year per district, is that what it is?
Each congressman, and each senator, used to be 2 that, and then alternates. Just top guy, full.
Yeah, wow.
You never got the call.
Well, I got a scholarship with the ROTC.
Yeah.
Commitment wasn't as long.
Yeah.
It's all right, I still stayed 3 years.
Yep, but very good though. Well, it's good that this young fellow's doing this project. That's
Yeah.
excellent. Very, very good.
And I went through them, I said, oh, look, don't just show up, call Kathy and see if she'll give you an appointment or not. I guess that's what he did.
No, well, Kathy told him after you go to selectmen, you're probably gonna have to see conservation.
Yeah, because I talked to him last night.
And I was at the meeting tonight, and I
Oh.
talked to him about
Oh,
woody
okay.
debris and stuff was good for wildlife and not necessarily good to take out.
Yeah,
So I think he did some research on his iPhone before he got here,
and he's pretty bright.
yeah.
If there's,
I was gonna, yeah.
if there's
I was
critters
gonna
living
say,
in
I
the
don't
woods.
mind helping him, like, I didn't know what's allowed, you know,
But
like,
if it's conservation area, it's probably fine for us to go out there and be there during
Yeah, we
this
could
activity.
physically help him for a couple hours.
I wanna like offer to.
Of course, to help
you know,
him, of course.
Sure.
To,
Haul stuff around, of course.
yeah, and then
of
see
course.
where there might be things that he needs to bring to us
Or you say,
before going farther.
let's take that one out over there or whatever, because I don't like it.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and also it'll help him to think about it, like, okay, why don't we maybe want this tree here? What benefits does it have to the wildlife? What impact does it have on us? That's, you know, how is it limiting us? Like, is there a problem? Is it a safety issue? Like,
The
And kind of weigh
beavers have
those
come right up
pros and
high
cons.
right along Porter Street. I don't know if you've seen those trees that they chewed on. They're not gonna
I've watched many animals walk across those dead logs.
work. Oh, yes.
They use those for traveling. Because one will rot away and new one. How about the new Ludlow Road? Are you in contact with that person at all anymore?
That's Tremblay.
Yeah. Did he pay you at all?
No, he didn't pay me.
Okay.
I've been out there since just to see what else he was supposed,
Yeah,
what
right.
he needed to do.
Okay.
And I need to go back again now that the burning period's over.
Yeah. Oh, so he was gonna do some more work out there? Okay.
And
All right.
It was over on the 15th,
Okay.
so 22nd place.
Okay. All right.
I saw Frank Bogdanovich's vernal pool full of dead Christmas trees.
Oh, yeah. We need to pull that file. I'm pretty sure we told him as part of the thing to stay out of that vernal pool.
If you wanna look for it, you can look for it. I don't recall, I don't think he even.
That
did
was
an
4 or
RDA.
5 years ago, if you want to
I don't
grab
even
it.
think there was an RDA file.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I don't remember too
Kevin,
much.
thank you.
All I know is we had an issue
wasn't-
about the
You weren't
size
involved
of
with the Christmas tree
impoundment.
farm and the landscaper, were you?
Frank Bogdanovich, did you work for him?
I did.
What was the disposition of that? project.
I know we decided it wasn't isolated land subject to flooding.
Right.
But I thought we agreed to stay out of the vernal pool.
Well, he did get permission to put that driveway on
Right,
the boundary,
right.
and,
Do you,
pretty much he stayed out
I'll
of it.
call you later.
well, now he's filling that pond. So, do you have any idea what East Street is or anything?
Well, that would be State Street.
It's like 3-something, isn't it?
Um,
It's 3-something.
Kevin, you grab my, agenda?
'Cause
Sorry.
But Donovitz?
If you want.
No,
What
I
is
was,
it?
it's chicken scratchings on it, that's all. That's okay.
No, I don't have it.
Kev, you're on Preservation Board, right? Granby Preservation? I thought you were on it.
Not that I know
Oh,
of.
Phelpsy's in charge, right?
No, he's not on that.
Oh,
Granby?
Yeah, Granby, are you on that board?
I'm the treasurer.
All right, I got a check for you. For paint, but it's gonna be painting, for painting only.
Yes, we have a painting.
So I can do
fund.
that, so I
Yeah.
can designate for, okay, I got a check for you. So I'll call you in a couple of days, we'll get
So
together.
how do you spell his last name? Do you remember?
Bogdanovich,
Starts with a B.
All right.
Should we also put
SKY?
Okay. That's East State Street.
oh, it's VICH.
Yeah,
BODANVICH, something like that.
You have street list, it's right next to Jimmy Peters.
Again, it's
Yeah.
2014, I think, or 2015, just look it up.
All right, let's get,
All right, let's get going, Ed.
Thank you.
Thanks, Kev.
hold on, Linda, let's get this wrapped up, if you wanna look after the meeting, that's fine. 7:45, notice of intent followed by my PO, I'm gonna make the same motion.
I move we continue until next meeting.
That last time.
No, that was another one we had removed.
No.
That project is still ongoing, so he's waiting on his 401 water quality, I think. So,
Yeah, I heard it's moving forward.
Yeah, he's gotta close out the old order conditions before he embarks on the new one.
Yep.
So it's gonna take a while.
so next is the Kestrel Trust 307 Chicopee Street.
I just made my notes for what I just said, that, Mr. Leclerc bought the property, because that's what Kestrel Lancaster lawyer said they should adjust basically the boundary, so that he owns the encroachment that he went onto their property, and now they advised him to contact us in terms of the wetland violation.
Do you know
issues.
roughly how many feet were involved with the oversight?
We don't have
You don't have a survey plan?
no, she didn't give me any of that information.
Was the land donated, or did they pay?
I'm pretty sure it was a financially settled.
So Kestrel Trust has the ability to dispose of property once it's in conservation?
They own it, so I think that was just their land.
Okay.
That's interesting.
That's they'll find out then, that's, if it's donated land as conservation land.
Oh, I don't know if it was
Well,
donated to them or if they bought it, because
Or
they
if it's
actually
put in
have
conservation.
offered us land in the past, and we have not taken
Right,
it.
but it goes under conservation restrictions,
Mm.
so, I think that's their deal is conservation, but that's between them and the attorneys. The
Yeah.
attorneys will figure it out, so if the
Because
title.
that was what I thought the attorneys had
Could he have bought a
decided was their
perpetual
best
easement
option.
for that?
Again, that's up to the attorneys, I don't wanna get involved with that, I guess. So, we'll, I guess, continue the Kestrel Trust, 307 Chicopee Street to the next meeting.
Yeah. I can shoot him an email. Or actually,
Yeah,
I
I
think I
would
have his email, but maybe I'll call him and just tell him to come in.
The Kestrel Trust or the other guy?
The other guy.
Either one's fine, I think they should provide the survey plan to us,
Okay.
because we don't know where the wetland, did they delineate the resource areas?
I think they just did the property issues, and then they resolved
I
that.
agree, Ed. Let's get the plan set. Let's get the
Okay.
plan
Yeah,
set.
we don't know what it looks like, so.
Yeah, they can probably send us a PDF of it or something.
Sure.
Yeah, well, originally she hadn't wanted to share it with me until she had talked to him about it directly, because then they were gonna deal with all the
Agree
lawyer
upon it.
stuff. After it was originally surveyed, and then she never got back in touch with me, so I kind of was waiting, thinking she hadn't heard from him. And then when I emailed her the other day, she said that they had resolved their land boundary issues by settling and him buying out the portion that he encroached on.
We'll
And,
continue to the next meeting, then we'll find out.
okay.
shoot an email, see if they'll send us the survey plan, at least we get a heads up on that, just to make sure. Hoping they show the wetland boundaries, but I'm guessing they don't.
Yeah, I'm guessing they don't either.
That may actually take somebody out there, a wetland scientist,
Right.
and a
We're allowed
bucket,
to go out
and a
whenever.
bucket.
She told me that I can go out whenever.
Who told you that?
Onto Kestrel.
Onto Kestrel's land, which of course before was good because they owned the part that was encroached on, but now it's all
That's the
good.
issue, if they convey it, you don't have permission to go on their land.
Yeah.
So if you wanted to do the wetland analysis now, it'd be
We
the
can't.
time.
Well,
Would be the time,
Mr.
yeah.
Leclerc was very like, open
Okay.
to whatever before. He said that it was totally fine. He actually had us, because we saw him when we were out there that time, he let us walk down his driveway instead of trekking back through the woods to get back to the road. It's like, yeah. So he was really nice and everything about it, and I think he might be under the impression that it's resolved at this point because he no longer is in violating their property. Now it's his property. So I think he might think that it's kind of a resolved issue. So, yeah.
We don't know where the wetland boundaries are and
Exactly.
so,
But I'll just contact him and I'll ask Kestrel for the survey plan and then see if he can come in so we can figure out what's happening.
yeah, I'm fine, that's fine. 98 Cold Hill again, continued. You guys, Mr. Brooks's explanation was sufficient at this time?
So we could put that in there. Cold Hill, Kevin Brooks thinks that he will be retained for the amended NOI.
Send Phillips Circle, Bill, you wanna talk
I
about that?
communicated with Alan Weiss today. Al will be out there in the next couple of weeks. He thanks us for our patience as I think his dad had some health problems.
Is he gonna contact us when he's
Oh,
out there?
yes, oh, yes.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah, roundabout.
Are you all set now?
I wonder if we
I don't wanna
can,
get- Hold on.
what Bill just said.
Yeah, let's
and we still have all those files out that Amanda pulled at some point. I wanna see if we have some old photographs for there, for Phillips Circle.
He confirmed that he has, that he's gonna be working on a project at 7
Philip
Phillips.
Circle.
Okay.
The wetland boundaries?
Yeah.
That's what he's,
Sorry, I was just trying to think of the words.
Yes, that's okay. That's why it's teamwork. The next couple weeks?
Thank you. Is that an abbreviation for something?
I can't see that.
I'm gonna zoom in. Before I just wanted it smaller so I could have it off to the side.
Yeah, 125's okay.
So this thing,
Yeah.
RPROGT,
I don't know what that is. I think that's a.
you think it's just a typo?
Yes.
Okay.
I did talk to one of the selectmen. You guys were at the meeting for the select board
Which one?
about this, about Forge Pond?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was myself, Amanda, and David Leonard was there, and we made a presentation.
About the
Yeah, I was
dam
not-
removal possibly?
Yeah.
He said that sounds like a really good possibility as far as they're concerned,
For what?
the selectmen.
Yeah, again, you don't want to spend $1 million and have to do it again in another 50 years, so it's
Yeah.
one and done, as they say.
And if we just repair it, it's just a Band-Aid, so it's gonna be
That's
like
right.
5 or 10 years.
That's
Yeah.
right, that's right.
Or maybe sooner,
That's right.
depending on
Yeah.
how the weather goes.
On that 202 roundabout, I was contacted by engineer Zhangzi Feng from DOT Northampton office. She asked if we'd write a letter of support. So on the rainy day Saturday, I took a half an hour and I crafted a quick letter. So if you want to call it up, Amanda, we can at least, this is just draft, whatever you guys want to do with it. Fine, just, I'll read it if you want. Okay, dear Mr. Martin, this is directed to the Selectmen. Please be advised the Granby Conservation Commission has conducted a preliminary review of proposed limited earth excavation activities on the town-owned Emily Partika Conservation Area at Forge Pond in Granby. Actually, it's supposed to be Emily and Joseph Partika. The request was made by the Massachusetts Department of Transportation District 2 MADOT office in conjunction with a proposed highway reconfiguration project at the junction of East State and School Street. The project will require removal of earth at specified elevation increments in accordance with 310 CMR 1057-4A for the purpose of meeting compensatory storage and flood control requirements. Mass DOT has identified a nearby town-owned parcel meeting the necessary technical requirements in Granby, Town Map 14, Parcel 6, which is within the Emily and Joseph Partika area. If you could scroll up a little bit, Amanda, please. Specific language on the PCA deed limits activities on that property to that of passive recreation. That's what Lou Berry had sent me, and I filtered that around to you. Therefore, it is the opinion of the Commission that the removal of earth on the PCA land does not constitute a prohibited use of the parcel as defined in the deed. Accordingly, the Commission herein gives its support of the proposed project, but recommends Town Council also review the proposed project before proceeding further. Very truly yours, the Commission. So whatever you guys want to do, if you want to amend that or send it off or whatever.
So you're saying passive activity?
Passive recreation is actually what you do on the land, and it's actually not quite that restrictive. I did send it around if you want to call that up, Amanda.
Which, oh, that was the thing that I was trying to print before.
It didn't print out?
No, I didn't get a copy of it. It
Okay,
wasn't attached.
all right, okay.
That's all right, it's just a deed.
It's fine, yeah, it's a deed, and it essentially dictates what you, that is, you can't put an auto salvage yard on the property, you can't put a baseball field, yeah.
So do we need to fix that, Emily, and?
I fixed it.
Yeah, yeah, so if you want to,
And I saved.
do whatever you want with that, or erase draft.
So then she needs a letter from,
From us, yeah, just for a support
so
letter.
the town will have to
Yeah,
draft it? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, well, we'll send it to Kathy, if you want to just send that to Kathy in final form, Amanda, just,
Well, we could print it, sign it, and put it in the Kathy
you
folder,
can do
right?
that, whatever.
Oh, also, I have a scanner. Would we like it?
Oh, sure.
It's like, it's annoying that it doesn't print two-sided, so I have this great little, electronic,
Oh, great, thank you.
wireless
Excellent.
printer.
Wow.
And scanner and copier.
Wow,
So it
okay.
does all the stuff that's faxing.
Okay, okay,
I figured I'd just donate it to us because
sounds good.
I don't use it.
With all the other stuff we've donated to the town.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll take a look at it.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Anyway, this would expedite the project.
Sure.
So should we make a motion to,
Sure, I'll make a motion to accept the letter as drafted by Bill.
Just check for spelling errors, Amanda, there might be a couple of little things. I think there's one thing I left open-ended. Anyway, that'll get the ball moving on that project.
What is that one word?
Select board, yeah. Select board is one word, right?
Yes, yes,
All right,
Yep.
I'm gonna add that to my dictionary.
yep, I think we're all set.
The only other ones I think were Partika. Yeah, everything else looks great.
It's too bad we can't get that on one page.
I know, well, if you go to 11, I'm at 12, if you go to 11,
Okay.
Pica, yeah,
Like
Pica 11, you can probably get it to fit.
I'm gonna spell it right this time.
oh, we're doing that, Kathy was gonna put a note, I had her put a note about, we have to figure out who, your term's up and Amy's is up. So we assume both of you would stay on. And I talked to a lady who does all the gardens over at the library, and she has the greenhouse on Pleasant Street that we approved. She came in, she sells plants out of. She's interested in being on the conservation.
Let's gotta go through Chris Martin. He's the
Right,
appointed
so,
agency.
well, I wanted to talk to you
Yeah.
about
Oh, yeah.
her. I talked to her,
He can interview.
I can
him.
get her name, get her to come in, because it would be a one-year term to fill Will's spot. And see if she likes it, we like her, or whatever.
How long was Will on? Was he on for 4 years, 5 years?
I
Yeah.
think 1.5 terms maybe.
Yeah, so he went 3 years and then kind of a year and a half. So he was active for about 4.5 years.
Well, I dropped it down to 9. Seems kind of small, but it all fits on one page now.
Pretty,
How about put
The other
some space, get rid of some of those spaces
Yeah.
there.
yeah, get rid of that.
Get rid of that.
And maybe you can bump it up to a 10.
That's what I'm hoping. Could also do that.
Yeah, that's
Wow.
okay. Yeah, and
There
then,
are
then
also
try
a
to.
couple of
bump it
Actually,
up
you know
some.
what you could do? You could
Here.
put them, you could have 2 rows at the bottom.
Yeah.
But that's,
Signature spots.
Now see if we can get it down
that's
to
too complicated for me.
11 or something.
Let's try 10 first, okay? 10 worked.
Oh, you can do halves. Oh, I
10.5.
didn't realize that. Oh, that's good. Very good.
It's good.
That works. Wow. Cool.
Like that.
Very, very good.
Got all the way up to 11.
All
All
right.
right.
Good show. Good
Wonderful.
show.
Great.
Yeah,
Save it.
do
And
preview.
then-
Let's just take a look. Do the preview. Let's see how it looks. Print preview.
Page preview.
All right, yeah, so just,
I don't know why it's giving me 2 pages.
yeah.
Because you gotta go back. and-
Yeah, you gotta go to the end. You gotta go to the end of the last line and hit delete. Go to the very end of the first page.
There it
you go.
goes.
Just hit, there we go. Good show. Well done.
Page preview.
Did you change the date to today, Amanda?
I did not, but I can.
Yes,
22nd.
yeah.
Why? That's
Today's-
Oh, it is today. Okay, so we're good. Very good.
All set. Print 'em up
Good show.
and sign away.
fine. All right.
2 copies, 3 copies.
So I'll try to connect with that
Great.
lady and see if she can come in June 12th and talk to us.
Sure.
See if she's interested in trying a year.
Let me see. I think that's.
Oh, did you notice that this house on Morgan Street
Okay, yeah.
is for sale? That new house right at the beginning there?
Oh, the one in the corner of Morgan and Pleasant?
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that-
they came in and
that's a
asked us
spec
if they
house.
could build their own house there and what they could do there. And then there's a spec house there.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was interesting. And the other house next door, I think we proved that one too, right? The one where they're clearing the lot?
That's, what's the name of that? Hillside Builders, I think. I think
In
we did.
between the lot that we approved
Yeah.
like 2 years ago.
I think we did.
Okay, let's go through the rest of this real quick. Get out of here. Pass on down for Amanda.
Thank you, thank you.
All right, signatures.
They had 2 accidents at 202 today in School Street.
Well,
Very-
that's why
very
we're doing
busy.
the roundabout.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great.
The
when that's in.
the chief was saying that he was actually kind of shocked because it was actually residents of Granby. And most of the accidents involved people out of town.
Towners. Okay, yep,
Okay.
this would be a good thing. Notices, ZBAs and planning board. I have a, planning board, notice dated May 1st, 2018. The planning board has received site plans for the above-named project in town. The planning board has forwarded a copy of the plans for your review and comments. It is requested that any comments have been sent in writing to the planning board by May 11th and sent to giving Kathy Leonard site plan, and this is for a 306 Amherst Street, construction of a 40-foot barn by 80.
Oh, that's up near where Eddie Parker's new house is located on the corner.
Is that the, did we already look at that?
Yeah, we looked at that last time.
Yeah, we gotta start signing these
Yeah.
things, so I'm gonna say,
Just say reviewed and put a date down or something, because otherwise we keep
today
looking at the
is-
same damn
yeah.
things.
We reviewed it
that was
on
last,
May 8th.
last,
That was
May 8th.
meeting, that was last meeting, which was
Yeah.
the 8th.
Yeah.
That was the 8th.
initial it, so
Yeah.
at least we
Yeah.
won't go through this thing again. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. Yeah.
Public hearing, ZBA. For 326 Bachelor Street, November 28th, 2017. This was published May 4th and April 27th of this year.
May 27th?
Oh, it's an oversized garage.
Yeah, this is Charles Mayhew. We read
Well,
this
oh
last,
yeah, we read that one last time too. That was Mayhew.
did that last meeting.
Actually, I think we did that. He actually came in for that last
Yeah.
year.
What this says,
Okay.
can you just spark my second?
I'm sorry, you want that?
I mean, should I put it?
No, I just, we've already read through that
Say
last.
review,
It's been reviewed again and again and again. We got a, letter here from, Michelle Gerard, MACC, I guess regarding forest cutting plans and conservation commissioners,
Oh, yeah, I signed up for that.
June,
Is that a workshop?
Yep.
June
You gonna go to
30th.
that?
Yeah,
Good.
Anybody else wanna
When
go?
is it?
June 30th. Anybody else wanna go?
Where is it and
it's free.
Oh, I know, but where is it?
where?
Oh, I know, I just,
Where is it?
I don't remember.
Oh.
Southborough?
Is there contact information there?
I put it in my calendar.
But that would be useful, because we should
Yeah.
do so
I
many
know,
darn
I've been getting a lot of.
SCPs in this town.
I'm going to a free workshop on.
It's in Southbridge, Mass.
Southbridge?
The actual location will be forwarded to you after you register. I have not received my information yet.
Good, I'm glad you're going.
All right.
Yeah, I was very excited.
I'll check on it, neighboring carpool. Do you know if it's a weekend day?
I'm pretty sure it's a Saturday. Yeah, Saturday, 9 to 12.
A letter here from, or an invitation from Pioneer Valley Planning Commission, annual meeting. Thursday, June 14th, at the Irish Cultural Center of Western New England at 429 Morgan Road, RSVB by Thursday, June 7th. And the cost is $25 per person.
Food?
Hors d'oeuvres and a cash bar.
No, there's also a fancy.
It's a
dinner.
buffet and cash bar. I will not be able to make it.
Me either. Linda?
You want to go to that?
I don't know. I think I might. No. I don't know. Have I leave? Would you go?
It's in West Springfield, right? Morgan Road, West Springfield?
Would that be part of the conservation education, or is that something?
Yeah, I couldn't figure out if it's really a thing.
We can pay
Is
for
this a
that.
fundraiser?
Amanda.
It's not a fundraiser, it's a annual meeting where they
Yeah.
tout.
But we could,
Oh, so
Tout
I'm
their,
reading about it, see,
They have a presentation by Sean Callahan, Chair, and Bo Sullivan, Executive Director of the Irish Cultural Center, presentation of regional recognition awards. So it's really not an educational thing, it's just a
Award ceremony.
award ceremony.
it's a social.
So if you want to go to that, I think it's going to have to come out of your own pocket,
Okay.
because it's just an awards
Yeah.
banquet, so
Yeah.
you guys are more than welcome to do that.
recycling,
The blue basket.
You guys do not want to go then, right?
no.
Blue basket.
I have a letter here dated May 10th, 2018, from the Granby Bow and Gun Club. It's an informational letter to the town of Granby offices and boards. It's basically outlining what their proposals are for the next year or so, goals and objectives.
So do you want me to give you an update
It's-
as to what happened at the select board meeting?
Oh, did they discuss this?
Oh, yes, it was.
This letter was discussed?
No.
All right, give us the one, give us the
cliff notes.
1 minute
Okay.
brief update.
All kinds of firing at the range on Sunday. On the website, it said they were using the long range of firing 980 yards because the cease and desist order says they can't use the long range of 1,000 yards. So they're only shooting to 980. That was what they said on the website. They were shooting at 980. So the police went up there multiple times. They didn't see anything. They only heard 22s when they were up there, but,
Okay, I'm gonna,
so that's what's happening now. So it's going to the town lawyers because they're playing games.
I
All right,
really
let's,
don't think they are from everything
let's,
I've
let's-
seen, but.
I'm just gonna make note that this letter came in, May 10th, 2018. Basically, I'll do the, short, if anybody wants to read this, I'm guessing it's available from the, town administrator, selectmen,
They sent a paper
zoning
copy to
board,
everyone, because they asked me
conservation,
today if I received it, and I was like, I
Sure.
have not, and
board
they're
of
like,
health from the building.
they
So-
said it might be in our mail, and I was like, oh, it'll probably be in our folder.
Well, the
Which it looks like
selectmen
it was.
discussed that they said if they are not allowed to use the long range,
Yeah.
then 980 is still using the range.
Let's,
No, they're not allowed to shoot from a certain vantage point.
let me just go through this letter real
And they
quick.
don't.
It's basically goals and objectives for 2016 to May of 2018. Item 1 is environmental stewardship plan. Item 2 is mandatory long-range rifle safety certification. Item 3, club has limited the use of very large caliber rifles. Item 4, resolution with the town. Item 5, habitat and land management. Item 6, initiate a seeding program in designated areas with assistance of Kessler Organics and an approved notice of intent been granted by the Conservation Commission. Item 7, sound mitigation and ground aesthetics. Item 8, security access and monitoring enhancements. Item 9, to apply for proper permits to build an access bridge. Item 10, these are long-range goals from 2020 to 2025. Item 10, become a model club site for the NRCS programs. Item 11, explore establishing limited and controlled hunting on club property. Item 12, increase club participation in its community by offering recreational and educational activities for our town and others. And those are the 12 bullet items that they, bad choice of words. 12 items that they choose, no pun intended. So if the general public wants to read this, I guess they can get it from the selectman's office.
You're a comedian, Ed.
Well, I highly
Sorry about
recommend
that.
it
That's great. That
because
was the best line of the
It actually
night.
talks about stuff they plan to do.
Yeah, that's, again, I don't know how official it is.
It's,
It's just I'm just reading it into the, we received it, I'm gonna initial it. With today's date,
So, yeah.
I mean, they sent it out because they're hoping everyone will read it. That's the goal, is to try and get some.
Oh,
they're
yeah,
trying
no,
to-
that
they're
looks
trying
good.
outreach. This
That
is
looks
outreach.
good. That definitely
No,
looks
but I
good.
think you should actually read, like, the bullet points are really big, but like, they
Yeah.
have good information about like their goals and about what they're not trying to do and how they're trying to work with people.
I
and
think their lawyer obviously crafted that letter. It's a well-crafted letter.
it could be.
it's, yeah.
If anybody on the commission wants to bring it home to read it, or make copies, we can make copies, and I don't.
Yeah.
Well, did you get an email with it?
I did not, but I can get one and I can
So
forward
see,
it.
if Amanda had to scan it, we could scan it and just send it out to everyone electronically.
I'll do that too.
Off the scan.
You want to initial it, or I'll just put it away?
Oh,
So, okay, we don't have to read it at the next meeting.
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
Okay,
What else
last,
we got?
that's last of the ZBAs and planning board. News and announcements,
Well, I put in
nothing.
the news and announcements, 'cause it's not a ZBA.
That's correct, thank you.
Okay, good.
Thank you for that correction. site visits to be scheduled. I have a check here from the last site visit for Mr. Richardson at 32
Oh,
Bachelor
okay.
Street. Patty, and did you go to that?
Me.
Amanda, I'm sorry.
Now, he called me by telephone, Mr. Richardson, and I advised that he file the RDA to begin with rather than the NOI. And I suspect we can probably permit it under the RDA at the
I think that would be the
appropriate
best thing,
time. Yeah,
because of the activities within the riverfront area or buffer zone.
yeah,
That's the guy who wanna cut some trees?
yeah.
That's
Yes.
correct.
And he's cutting very few trees. I can give you a little short little
Sure.
update if you would like.
Yes.
There are 3 trees that are rotten and dead, very close to his house and he has a chicken coop and then some like play jungle gym equipment, and he just doesn't want them to die and fall on it. So those, the close ones. Yes, one of them does have a raccoon in it, so he was discussing how he could maybe just cut apart the dangerous high up part and leave the base of the trunk, like you had suggested before, Wenda, for the wildlife habitat. Because that way the raccoon can still live in the tree and do its thing, and it will no longer be a hazard to his house and other structures. There are 3 others that are close to the dock, and this is the water. And so it's just kind of, it's
Cutting the tree with the raccoon in it, is it just topping it and then the raccoon?
Kind of.
stay- Oh, okay.
yeah,
Obviously hired professionals.
yep.
Okay. So he's coming in with a, Bill, you said he's gonna come in with an RDA?
Yes.
So that's good.
Yeah,
He's gonna, yeah.
It's
gone through
nothing
the channels,
that's-
but he gave us it's 4 tree tops, and then he also was gonna talk to us about whether he can, what is it? Mulch the trees, chip the trees, and then use it in his garden for mulching. Yeah, so.
All right, make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.